Stuff like SUI, you just can't keep these things down.
Yeah.
So you can see that the market's kind of getting ready to do all this stuff. And the moment Bitcoin breaks 70,000, I mean, God, these memes are going to go bananas. I love ETH. It's great. My only ETH exposure is NFTs. So I've got a lot of high-end NFTs, which are only on ETH. Other than that, I'm a mercenary otherwise. I mean, everyone's just so frustrated with this sloppy price action.
Yeah.
Right? Equities at all-time highs. The macro's good. China's stimulating. Everything is in place. You know, the pattern matching versus exactly what happened last year. Everything's in place, and the market cannot get out of its own way.
So what gives?
I don't know. And I was, talking to somebody today who we won't talk about naming, but the same questions like, what is going on? Is somebody selling? Is there a flow that we don't know about? The average millennial, who's really the 20-somethings to 40-year-old cohort, they can't afford to buy a house. They're behind in the economic cycle versus their parents. They're starting to marry, have kids, all of this stuff, and they've got these stresses. And, when you talk to them and say, you should buy Bitcoin, they're like, I can only make 4x.
Yeah.
They're like, I need to make 10, 20, 50x.
Cryptocurrency analysts have maintained a bullish sentiment on SUI's prospects, mainly because the overall trend for altcoins remains to outperform Bitcoin in this market cycle. SUI's price was able to reach new all-time highs during the recent surge and thus entered price discovery, showing very strong bullish momentum. This growth trajectory is expected to continue thanks to the continued expansion of the ecosystem and the technological capabilities of performance metrics that set blockchain apart from its competitors. The price of SUI, the leading Layer 1 blockchain, surged by 118% in the past month alone and 452% in the past year, reaching its all-time high. Analysts have remained optimistic about SUI's potential, especially now that altcoins are generally outperforming Bitcoin in this phase of the market. The recent breakout to new all-time highs and price discovery mode are underway. However, not everyone was convinced that SUI's price would rise. However, SUI at one point even surpassed Solana in terms of daily transactions, recording 58 million, illustrating its very high transaction throughput and fast completion time. This network is currently still one of the leading Layer 1 blockchains in competition, capable of handling 297,000 transactions per second and having time to completion in 400 milliseconds. Another important development is the recent launch of native USDC on SUI, which will enable the creation of more financial products in the DeFi space and give users access to digital dollar savings without exposure to traditional banks. With USDC natively present, there will no longer be a need to go through Wormhole or similar services that make cross-chain transactions transparent. Comparing SUI to Solana, we can even say that the token could be the Solana of this crypto cycle. For now, its market cap is around $6 billion, which was where Solana was in April 2021, before it skyrocketed to over $250 at its peak. If SUI were to follow suit, then at least a tenfold increase in its market cap would push its price to around $22.5 per token. According to Raoul Pal, you can't stop this coin from becoming the next Solana. Before we move forward, if you want to stay updated with the latest crypto events and news, you can subscribe to our channel and like this video. Now let's get back to Raoul Pal's view on Solana and SUI and the overall crypto market.
At the moment, the business cycle picks up a bit faster. It's slow across Europe. It's slow in the US. The forward-looking indicators are showing it going up. I mean, that probably ignites meme coins and brings a whole bunch of normies into meme coin because it's just gamification of attention and
community
internet memes. I mean, they get it. Yeah. And if their mates we've seen it before in every cycle, whether it was ICOs. And the other thing about meme coins that's just really interesting is Bitcoin now, there's such a heavy narrative. You go around it, you need to understand the history of money and, blah, 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 right? And meme coins is, I like the meme, number go up. Right? That's so much easier and much less inhibiting to a 25-year-old. 99% of these
go to zero
immediately.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's a trend. So now you're just capturing an attention trend.
After breaking above $66,000, Bitcoin experienced a sharp decline, briefly dipping below $60,000 on October 2nd. Despite this, market experts remain optimistic that the overall uptrend will prevail. Raoul Pal recently expressed support for the bullish analysis, which predicts that Bitcoin will reach new highs despite the recent downturn. Pal's outlook on Bitcoin concurred that the leading cryptocurrency is poised for another surge, especially as the U.S. election approaches in November. This outlook aligns with Marty Party's technical analysis, which uses the Wyckoff accumulation model to suggest that Bitcoin is in the midst of a long-term accumulation phase. Following Marty Party's observation, Pal says that it seems correct to him. According to the Wyckoff accumulation model shared by Marty Party, Bitcoin has followed a predictable path with several distinct phases hinting at a potential breakout. The current phase, called Phase D, shows the last point of support before a bullish move, with prices fluctuating between $56,700 and $66,500. This phase coincided with recent geopolitical issues in the Middle East, which caused a pullback from which Bitcoin has yet to recover. Beyond technical analysis, Raoul Pal has always linked Bitcoin price movements to global liquidity trends. Pal's previous predictions suggest that increased global liquidity could push Bitcoin's price towards $90,000 by November. He emphasized that Bitcoin's growth remains closely tied to the expansion of the global money supply, particularly M2. This correlation has been observed historically and continues to drive bullish predictions about Bitcoin's future performance. BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes and Pal recently shared their thoughts on the potential for a Dogecoin ETF as meme coins continue to gain traction in the market. Hayes claimed that Dogecoin could get an ETF at the end of the cycle. He based his predictions on the dog-themed meme coin's substantial growth rate over the years, highlighting Dogecoin's status as the oldest meme coin in the crypto space, giving it an edge over other meme-based cryptocurrencies. Dogecoin's cultural impact on the crypto space and the investment industry at large has been profound. The popular meme coin has also steadily cultivated its strong community to contain millions of followers and investors. Pal agrees with the BitMEX co-founder on his prediction of a Dogecoin ETF at the end of the market cycle. As meme coins continue to gain traction in the crypto space, it is no surprise that many are speculating which coin will be the next big thing. Pal revealed that he had invested in popular cryptocurrencies like Dogecoin, but was 90% long on Solana. On the other hand, Hayes revealed a more diversified meme coin portfolio, highlighting investments in top meme coins like Bonk, Dogwoof Hat, and Dogecoin. He revealed his investment strategy for 2024, advising, be long, don't sell, don't fret, and don't use too much leverage.